All right, we're gonna do one more video with Milo. Milo goes home tomorrow, so we thought I'd do the final one with him. Sorry, this is all dirty here. What was I gonna do? Yeah, one of Milo's biggest problems was just being able, like if I sat down right there, he's all up in your business. You know, face all up in your nose, he's getting paws up on you. He couldn't just relax and sit down next to me. So I'll show you, and everybody can do this with their dog. I don't care how bad your dog is. It might take a little longer, might not take as long, it just depends on the dog. But if they have a good food drive, it makes it a lot easier. So you're not just correcting the behavior, you're encouraging another one. Let's get a better angle here. Right there. All right. So if I just want to, we'll just say that this is my front porch and I just want to sit and relax and not have the dogs all up in my business. I'm just going to sit down. Look at that. That's because we've done this so many times. I'll just sit down and ignore him completely if he gets up on me or, you know, starts sniffing or jumping up on me. Totally ignore him, like he's not even around. And then what we'll start doing is start trying other things to get something out of it for them. So in this case, he knows now that he comes up and lays down, there's going to be something in it for him. If he's jumping up on me, sniffing, licking, all that stuff, you're not getting anything, he's just wasting his time. So if you're out on the front porch with your dog, or even in the living room, it doesn't matter where you are, you want to sit down and relax and have the dog learn to sit down and relax. Give him a bowl of his treats, a bowl of his food. It might help to not even feed him that day and make sure he's hungry. So he wants to work with the food. And then what you're going to see is this, where he's just going to sit down and be patient. And then this becomes a habit. So he'll come up to me, you saw, he came right up to me and just lay down. And then what you're going to do, at first you're going to reward a lot. I'd say like, you know, every 20 seconds almost, you're going to reward him for laying there. And then you're just going to gradually decrease the amount of treats you're giving him. So I'm going to reward him one more time. We'll see how long he'll lay here while I talk, before he gets impatient for another treat. And that's when I want to put him back and down and reward him again and reinforce that. So right there he's to stay. I want you to be able to see his whole body there. You see he's very attentive right now and looking at me, but tail's wagging, direct eye contact, and that's great. That's how it should start. But eventually I'm going to stop rewarding that behavior because it's a little bit too exciting. There we go. You see how he flopped over onto his back hip? That's a much more relaxed position. So that's the position I'm going to reward. You can do that, stay. You can do that and just start rewarding certain positions that their body is in. Let's back this up a little bit. There we go. Now see how his leg right here is kicked out to the side? He's rolled over on his hip. That's what I want. That's a dog that's relaxed. All right, got up, which is good. I kind of wanted him to do that. But if I sit down, let's see how long it takes him. Boom. So now we start over. It's just a game. You know, don't get frustrated with it. It's got to be fun. Kind of like make it into a game in your own mind. And you don't have to sit here and just focus on the dog. You can, boom, there we go. So see it, you roll over on that hip. That's what I want. And I'm actually going to reward him a lot for that. So it won't take very many times of rewarding this body position, this energy, before he will default to that. There we go, we plopped over the other hip. And so before, even if he was in a down like this, and I was just sitting relaxing, I might have been, looking on my phone or talking to someone, texting, whatever. And if I was to get up, he'd have been jumping on me. He wouldn't be giving me this space. So I'm not going to reward that right now. I want him to go over on his hip. We'll see how long it takes him to do that. He might not do it. He might. Or he might do that. Milo. There we go, boom. You can even see in the camera, as you're looking at his back now, more so than if he was squared up. Now, if I want to get up and I want him to stay there, that's when I tell him to stay. We'll see if he doesn't stay. So right there, he's already kicking over to his left side hip. So he's starting to learn the game already. Now for him just to do this and lay down here calmly while I'm walking around talking was literally impossible for him. Nope. Let's see what he did right there. He's trying to figure out what I want to get rewarded. Milo. Stay. So if I only reward him when he's in a down, he is going to keep repeating that behavior. I tell everybody it's no different than if a raccoon goes in your trash can one night and finds a bunch of food. I guarantee they're going to be back the next night. Now what I was expecting right here is for him to rotate his body and look at me, but he's not, which is pretty good. Actually, I kind of like it. There we go. Now look how kicked over he is. His whole body's kind of curved around. So this was kind of Milo's biggest issue, is just calming down. And if you can reward them when they are calm, they will start to catch on to that and realize it pays to be lazy. Good boy. Oh, good boy. So this is a good test here too. See, I'm trying to pet him and he's getting all excited. We can reward him while I'm petting him. It's the same thing. So people that say you can't teach calmness with food, I kind of had to physically put him in the position I wanted just to help him out. Good. Nope. Very good. Very good. So that's how you practice calmness with a dog. This video is kind of rolling on pretty long. Might have been a little boring, but you know, that's probably the number one thing everybody has problems with their dog is just get them chill out. You know, you can't have them wild and crazy all the time. When they're outside, that's one thing. But if you want to sit and relax, people want their dogs to sit and relax with them. And that's one way I do it. That doesn't always work. If the dog's not food driven, you might have to use a remote collar and correct that hyper behavior, but they really don't know why you're correcting them if they're just hyper. If they jump up on you and you correct them with a collar, they know what that came from. But if they're just kind of all over the place, they're not really doing a certain thing, they're just hyper, and you're correcting it, they don't really understand what you're doing. So you got to kind of break it down for them a little bit and be their teacher. So, all right, well, Milo's going home tomorrow. He's doing great. And I'm sure we'll probably see him again. All right, toodles.